Так. Ваши проблемки случились? У меня что-то зависло нахуй все намертво, короче. Ну, зато я поел. Зато я покушал. Выпускаем Геншин, короче. Так. Начать игру. Я нажал начать игру? Да, нажал начать игру. Сейчас приду. Сколько загружается. Так, ну что, погнали? Погнали. О, бля. Хорошо. Давай быстрее грузись, господи.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Dunyarzada.
Yes, much better.
Духи будут колесо, когда она говорила о твоем состоянии.
I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Элиазар?
I can't believe it's Elazar. Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know about its severity. Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression can only be delayed through environmental therapy. Dunyarzad. There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar, and I can't compare to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even know that I existed. Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak with others. Not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone's faces here, and all the support I've received from friends like Dia.
Ну, короче, пушишь комплекс загрузить, потому что мне случилась какая-то херня, бля. Так.
This way, when my final day does arrive. At the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world.
Да, я никогда тебя не забуду. У тебя еще много времени.
As long as you don't forget Paimon. Paimon also won't forget about you. No. Thank you two so much. I apologize for the depressing. To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement,
ты сама смогла противостоять болезни.
Thanks. There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of
Прекрасная мысль именно.
Oh right, isn't it almost time? Huh? Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? Nilu will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And with that, my wish will...
Then what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Да, быстрее, быстрее. К сцене, блядь, пока не проебали все. Улица сокровищ. Кстати, вопрос. Новый... Тьфу, ты не то нажал, блин. Вопрос. У тебя есть... оружие-то этого. Вот его нужно открывать, я так понимаю, да? Походу, да, походу его реально нужно открывать. Ну, оружие, которое на сумерском, может оно прикольно будет, кто знает, блин. У меня ни одно чечера лука, да хуя копий, блин, просто дохера копий, у меня очень много копий. И бичи мечи дохера больших у меня, блин. Может, это оружие скрафтить себе, не знаю, для коллекции. Так. Потом досмотрим этот. Я еще потом перекушу, еще попозже, может быть. Когда переварюсь, я еще перекушу, в любом случае. Нил, танцу давай, зажигай, детка! Детка, танцу давай!
Over there!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage.
But the Dance of Sub-Zerus is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zerus Festival. If we can't perform it...
The Sub-Zerus Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Only the Academia can host such. If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this?
The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zerus Festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years.
Невежество — это последнее слово, все равно останется за ними. Если на них так сильно напирать, это может быть с неприятностями.
This is a hard pill to swallow, but you're right. Things would only get worse.
Art, dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activity? Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyagarbha day that prohibits public art.
Understood. I will inform him when I...
The Sub-Zerus Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilu, are you okay? Oh, Junior-Zod.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how to... Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance.
Nilu, it's all right.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zerus so much. And I know how important...
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings is more than enough. It would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zerus Festival at this point. I don't want to get everyone in trouble.
If you say so. But... you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zerus Festival, right? We'll make sure the next one is a...
The next... Yes. Okay. It's a promise.
А если она не успеет, если она рипнется раньше времени?
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
Ну что-то можем еще сделать.
It really is okay. Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regret.
К сожалению, Sub-Zerus был внезапно прерван.
A lot happened. Nilu and Junior-Zod promised to make the next Sub-Zerus Festival a success.
Думаю, Зиньяра сама это знает.
Yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable. project is entered its most critical phase.
Это откуда я слышал? Звук, интересно. Да похер вообще, забейте, расслабься, блин. Забейте вообще на это дерьмо, блин. Говорит Спайман, бля. Не парься, вообще расслабься, еп. Будь на чиле, на расслабоне, как говорится.
Not at all.
You seem...
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go?
Sure.
Так посмотрю на тебя, Альбусь. Ну, ты красиво, блин. Че, опять что заново то же самое, что проходить? Или зачем, блин?
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
Амал, ебал.
This is a stall offering foods from...
You are quite well informed, miss.
They're all plants. Actually, what is...
It's one of the Sabzerus festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize...
Погодите-ка, все кажется таким знакомым.
Appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? I thought it looked like some kind of...
The moon signifies...
А, так это же было,
escaping
лол.
me for now. Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up?
Oh, right. But if you
Так,
trust
это
your
уже было.
intuition and overcome
Кажется,
your
мы
fears,
такое
the sun
мы
will...
слышали.
Understood.
Oh, it's nothing.
Guess that was still...
А, мы это же было уже, лол. Что фигня? У меня что дежавю?
So, where to next?
А, Уиллес. Чё за день сурка? Я не понял, блин. Блин, какой-то день сука, прикиньте, вообще балдеж. Я буду это выбирать. Помнишь, там было что-то этой штуки?
Ferris, the night...
Я в этот раз выберу 4-ю.
And there's also Liz. Great. These boxes of candy.
4. Я выбираю номер 4.
Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4.
Я знаю.
Sunsetia.
Я знаю.
Paimon, bet you had incredible...
Кажется, дело не в удаче. Почему-то я знал, что это что-то номер.
Possible. It's obviously big.
Какое странное
Maybe
чувство.
we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Извини, Зурнята, я тебя недолго оставлю.
Where are you going?
Вкус дежавю. Я думаю, игра залагала, типа, что мне надо это делать. Против таверны. Может он что-то сделать, чтобы изменить будущее, не знаю. Как в Харухи Судзуми было, помните?
A feeling of deja vu.
I'll leave space before
Paimon knows
final
what that is. It's when you feel like you've already experienced whatever. In that case, Paimon also felt so why'd you run here in such a hurry?
Хочу сделать то, что обычно не делаю.
So that's it. You're intentionally doing...
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like
Кокосово-угольную лепешку.
Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but
Coconut charcoal cake? Isn't it that burnt... Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying to... That thing? Isn't this going a bit too far?
Приступим. Когда рот открыла, блин, смешно, блин.
How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tastes
Да нет, вкусно очень даже, ничего.
You mean
Я точно уже ел эту лепешку.
that's impossible? We were just talking about how gross it looked. So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu?
Кажется, я тоже пробовала.
Paimon also gets the impression that we've been here many times, even though we are regulars. How...
Да, это лучший способ избавиться от дежавю, это делать что-то нестандартное. Это лучший способ избавиться от дежавю. Проверить, правда это или нет. Очень прикольный сюжет. То, что мы попали типа в временную петлю, это интересно. Сейчас он будет говорить про то, что он умирает, да? И больная этим, это я знаю уже.
What a coincidence, Dunyarzad.
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers.
Kidnappers?
I'm okay. Dia's arm got
Whew. That's a big relief. But, Dunyarzad, you seem a little down today.
not at all.
Может,
I've
типа он
always
должен
believed that.
состояться, эта штука, да?
Excessive physical exertion or strong besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day. After however many more
Я
days,
знаю уже это.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
Извини, что мы
it
тебя
really is
оставим.
fine. I don't mind.
Ничего странного не заметила?
Did something happen?
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu?
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling deja vu, I suppose I would already be used to it.
Oh, Paimon sees. Then, is it only the...
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for...
Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zero.
Блять, это то же самое, да? Прикольно. Такого еще и не было в игре, я не видел. Дежавю. Повторка.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, when we return, have the scribe
Understood.
the Sub-Zero's festival. Go celebrate.
Может, надо, чтобы она танцевала, я не знаю. Я не понимаю, что от меня хотят.
Nilu?
Oh, Dunyarzad. The Grand Sage ordered us to stop the performance.
It's okay. There's nothing we...
But you've been really looking forward.
It truly is unfortunate, but I don't want to...
True, but
The next festival.
wait.
No, nothing.
Paimon can't believe what those heartless geezers did!
Почему-то я такого ожидала. Блядь, опять то же самое сейчас будет, да? К сожалению, Саб-Зеру внезапно прерван. Хотя я понял, нам нужно это...
In the end, you still couldn't... Maybe it really was because of exhaustion.
Я не так много размышлял, она была почему-то такая тяжелая.
Here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking of... Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chuck
Блин,
this up to
прикольный, прикольный
exhaustion.
сюжет, мне понравился.
We could do more...
Такое я люблю, блядь. Бип.
Observing a modest drop in the output of Jnana energy, but
Нормально, параметр. Выслеживать твоих данных, как можно сказать, причину. Я все время какие-то глюки ловлю, блядь.
Why does Paimon feel so...
Ага. Ну, бог любит троицу вообще. Так что ладно. Потопали.
Take it easy.
Это точно уже было, блин, ребят. Это же точно было уже.
Good morning, Dinyars.
Not at all.
Paimon thinks...
I'm doing well.
Great idea! Let's get traveling?
Да. Какой сильный дежавю.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy. Oh, are you? It's not that simple. Each box contains a and there's also... No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
4.
Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all.
Paimon knew she always had incredible luck.
Сразу со вкусом фрукта Хара.
Paimon's not really interested.
Wait.
А вот так вот, зная
Tell
все.
me that you already knew which flavor.
What? She was right.
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? I packed all those boxes this morning and they've been sealed ever since.
Как видишь, знаю.
Mind reading? X-ray vision? Or some kind of magic trick? This is way too freaky.
Tell us what's going on. Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler?
А вот Нахида я видел ее. Это...
Hey, where are you going?
Это она! Мелкая сука! За ней, блядь! Прочее, блядь, там британский флаг. Вижу мелкую, бегу за мелкой. Вижу мелкую пизёнку, бегу за ней, бегу. Догоняю.
Dunyarzad without letting her know is kind of...
Да пошла в пизду она, блин. Ще хуй наклал на неё, блин. Так, поехать дальше. Город Сумер.
What are you looking for?
Такому человеку ты сильно чувствует дежавю. Игнорю тебя, я тебя не игнорю. У меня, может, просто не работает. У меня просто сломался этот стрим, полетел. Повтори еще раз свой вопрос. Что ты хотел? Вон там! Я тебя не игнорю. Просто у меня может не работать что-то. У меня не всегда чат и ВК погружается. Лучше, конечно, писать мне на Твиче. Твич у меня работает лучше. Это факт. Не работает у меня почему-то. Привет, Корто Шек Чка Ростет. Привет, когда Ростет. Есть коза, да, есть коза, конечно, у меня есть коза. У меня есть почти все мои вайф, которые я хочу. У меня нет только Иолы, я и Мика, и вот сейчас Нахиды вот это хочу ее крутить. Приветик. Там есть новый регион, я сказал, да, там есть новый регион. Я ответил на этот вопрос, я отвечал, что там новый вышел в Геншине новый регион Сумира. Мы сейчас поэтому его стримим, типа новый регион смотрим. Чекаем. Не помнишь, про отвечать это плохо. Ты можешь снова создать аккаунт. Опа. Ага, она только что была с нами.
You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you?
Это подозрительно.
I'm sure you already know how to use this. A knowledge capsule? Where did you get it?
Да, круто.
Inside? You should use it too, Paimon. You know Paimon?
Давай вместе, Paimon.
Well, this seems kinda sketchy, but...
Воспоминания за множество дней.
This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? Huh? No. The 30th? 40th? Just how many times have we been to the Sub-Zero's festival?
Да.
Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even
Такое лицо, блядь, криповое. Ты улыбаешься с глазами пустыми.
Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time we've met, and I answered that question a long time ago.
Let Paimon think.
Mm.
It's coming back. Meeting you was the real catalyst for restoring our memories.
Ну, очень интересно, я зря просто что-то томился.
What about everyone else? Why are you only helping the two of us?
Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories.
Мы знаем,
from
как
your
их зовут Нахида,
consciousness.
мы должны притворяться. Я знаю, что тебя зовут Нахида. А что не так с
A
Дуньярзарды?
familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you asked. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. That first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left.
Так мне сейчас надо вырваться из круга, да?
Looks like you're almost done sorting out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida.
Не знаю, что зовут Нахида. Я знаю, ты уже говорила.
Good, you passed the test.
What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on. Oh, wait.
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called a samsara. You, me, and everyone else are all stuck inside a one-day samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your minds. I don't know how you'd be after that. I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the...
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness gets worse after each Sub-Zero's festival.
If we can break out of this samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her fall.
You sure love to use weird analogies.
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing knowledge to understand unfamiliar things.
Какая милая, я хочу выбить
Okay,
ее.
so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
Правда? Сила в правде. Дай-ка мне собраться с мыслями. Торговать ее в процессе торговки, запись новые записи в заключении. Только алхимическое гадание, так давай.
Illusions and lies. What do they all mean?
Так давай.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before. This feeling has been getting stronger.
Это говорит главный героиня, походу, да? Под заключение.
That doesn't.
Умственно.
My mind feels exhausted, even though I have.
Речь великого мудреца.
Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more?
Это говорит главная героиня, я так понимаю, да? По поводу заключения. Когда это получается?
I've experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times, and the day of the festival.
Что поставить? Дежавю. Только дверная петля.
That should be it. The flow of time is endlessly cycling within one single day.
A time loop. You've given given similarly wrong answers in the past. A pity.
Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made a lot of
A simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. You two are still missing a lot of information. Unfortunately, I can't give you any more hints.
Dunyarzad.
The Sub-Zero's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can waste an infinite amount of them. Hurry and find the truth before today's festival
Хорошая идея,
ends.
типа. Попытаться во всем разобраться, чтобы, ну... Блин, очень прикольная идея. Я обожаю игры со временной петлей, просто обожаю. Обожаю. Типа Deathloop, который последний выходил, да? 20 minutes, да, вот это вот.
We need to figure out. Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop. Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but.
Только пытаться. Давайте это, чтобы было побыстрее. Куда вниз надо, да, идти, потом вниз.
Hey, it's you guys again. I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my
Ты не чувствуешь, будто застрял в одном дне?
What brought this about?
To put it another way.
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two daydreaming? Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream.
Как смешно.
He actually has a point.
Он же сам сказал, что сумерцу сны не снятся.
True. It's so weird that people here don't dream. Why is that? Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up a long time ago.
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to
название, блядь,
compliment me
заебал.
in person?
Что-то я притомился немножечко, может пойти отдыхать уже, а? Что-то реально, я думал, что я выдержу целый день, но что-то походу целый день не выдержу. Ладно, давайте еще посидим. Хочу хотя бы эту голову пройти. Да, что-то потом мы и столкнулись.
Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is accurate.
You're really excited about this, huh?
Help you
So, you're admitting that you don't have...
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into?
Мы застряли во сне Саб-Зеруза.
Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys... What you just said... Are you serious?
I knew you weren't going to believe...
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The moon, illusions, and lies. It really felt like an omen.
When you say it like that... The divination does sound like it's related to what's going on. Can you read any more into it?
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific is beyond the reach of... The book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fear...
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is... We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to?
Давай сейчас поговорим с Дехи.
Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us
Она
off
очень
again?
беспокоится о Дуне сзади.
Yeah. If we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a mercenary, then she'll definitely take us seriously. At this time of day, Dia's probably just finished...
Давай разыщем ее.
I'm fine, my lady.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous...
Я знаю! На вас напали похитители.
Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could have went all out. Anyway, can you do something for me?
You want the traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get that right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Двуручный меч Дехти.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then
Вот это важный
she
момент.
was injured because she wasn't used to her new weapon.
По заключению, это очень важная штука. Тебя ранили, потому что ты еще не привык к своему мечу. Ты продал свой старый меч, чтобы помочь в организации праздника.
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You...
Alright, so this is the situation.
Вы рассказывайте Дехе. Реально что-то послушивает.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something.
Так, а как я по-твоему узнал, блядь, твои тайны? А? 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 А ты заметил, что Dunyarzad немного изменилась?
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and really gloomy.
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about.
My lady, are you angry?
Идем со мной и покажу тебе доказательства.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip.
Расслабься, дорогуша. Сейчас тебе покажу, блин. Так, куда-то надо. Надо туда.
Nahida, we brought a friend. Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking to?
Диск, какой нахрен Геншин жил в паука? Какого паука, блин? Ты что, сдурел, что ли, блин, Игорь? Геншин вышел новая обнова Курагазура, блин. Так что мы играем в нее, блин, пока. Так что ничего не знаю, блин. Сам играешь в паука, да? У тебя весь ком, блин. Че ты сам в паука не играешь, а, блин?
I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see me or Miss
Ты
Dunyarzad.
приехал, ну здорово, врубай ком давай, все, блин. Погнал с паучка, давай, ебошить. Надо позаниматься, потом обязательно пойду. Красава, давай, качайся.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Ты видишь ее?
Wow, how perceptive. Does she have invisible antennae?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How's she doing?
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma. How did you know she was here?
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret or disappointment. What happened?
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival.
Вы Дехи, которая наконец все поняла, обсуждайте проблему.
You think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academia's sages are the only ones in Sumeru who could pull off something like this. Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know.
Ты можешь нам что-то об этом сказать?
Right. Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of Sumeru's Archon.
So, this Nahida you mentioned, what did she say?
She said, and Paimon quotes, "The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's..."
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait.
Что такое?
I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire...
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha?
Знание Акаши появляется из Ирминсуля.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you think?
Информация об Акаше.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis.
Да, вот это странно. Необычное умственное утомление.
My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking.
Дежавю.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, when the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us?
Но как она это сделала?
Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specifics.
What's the point of doing something like that?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain? I love it.
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Попробовать.
I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words. When this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole thing to the public.
Сейчас снимать терминал Акаши.
How does everyone feel?
Кстати, по-моему, у Анахиды не было Акаши. Кстати, я еще кое-что заметила.
Huh? What is it?
Я заметил, что у Анахиды нет этого визора. Кажется, что в конце каждого дня он слышал звук бип.
Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
Такой звук я слышала в Порт-Ормосе.
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear that?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
А вот хороший вопрос, как же, блядь, это интересно. Охренели какие-то уроды, короче. Странно, я уже снял эту херню, блин. А почему Чанка все помнит Нахида, блин? Ну, понятно, конечно, она Архонт, что такое, но... Все равно, блин.
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
Вчера вечером.
Definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
Настроен еще какой-то терминал Акаша.
But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle. Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would
Телепата, почему она все помнит? У него же нет никакого терминала, блядь.
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nihida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
Она Архонт.
I guess I'm the moon.
The moon? Wasn't that the result of our divination?
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues.
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Прикольно сделано, прикольно.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers.
Сейчас усну, блин, надо проснуться срочно. Погоди, что не так? Ой, рука целая. Там вся рука целая.
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed?
А, потому что в прошлый раз было другие люди. Ты еще не привыкла к новому мечу, да?
How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
В этой битве тебе ничего не показалось странным?
You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's as if I've already used it to fight a countless
Что махала, много махала, билась ебальником.
Although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does.
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory.
Traveler, what do you think?
Круто. Может, это потому, что мы вчера сняли терминал Акаши?
Yeah. Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
Может, мы уже выбрались?
Oh, you're right. Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
Посмотрим, когда день закончится.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here, so...
Чё опасно-то, блядь?
Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around.
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read minds?
Нет, это просто путешественники во времени.
Forget it. Go and do your thing. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad?
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
Hey, what kind of an answer is that?
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's festival.
Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already shut down.
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
Huh? Hold on, what did you just say? Did Paimon hear you correctly?
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that. Is that so strange?
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words. You were saying
Тогда пойдем отдыхать.
just a minute ago. Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really gotten to relax. Let's go back to our room.
Мне кажется, ничего не изменится на завтрашний день. Бип.
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
Козёль!
We're still in the same day.
Кажется, будто не так просто, как мы думали.
Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your mind.
В твоих словах есть смысл.
Paimon's at the Duke did that! Whatever.
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little fast.
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
Понятно, понятно.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
Да все понятно, ты что, не поняла, что ли?
Anyway, that's
Глупая,
enough
тупая.
chit-chat. So, traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the
Меня
situation?
петляет ошибочное умозаключение.
Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Состояние Дьярда ухудшается.
Yeah, you're right. Gosh, how did we not notice that?
So, what's your new hypothesis?
Звук Акаши.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
Интересная память.
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. And Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury.
Трактовать. Так. Воспоминания удаляются каждый день.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
Воспоминания стираются каждый день.
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone
Значит,
still
это не
thinks
временная
it's the day
петля, блин. Ну
before.
тогда все просто, блин,
But
оказывается.
muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her
A brilliant deduction.
Она аж похлопала мне.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature.
Очень
because you
понятно, я
focused
все
too much on
понял.
your
Ага.
perception that it glows.
That isn't simple at all.
Опять мы ошиблись, да?
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Давай с ней поговорим.
She did help us find her.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Вот далеко он убежал от Дехи нашего.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Mia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I?
Well, you're still getting used to...
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands.
Ой, ты его спрашивал третий раз, блядь.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
На самом деле можно да их вообще не
Oh,
объяснять.
that works.
Ты вдруг наловчилась управляться с основным мечом, потому что... Мы же множество раз прожили этот день.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't...
Да, ты верно думаешь.
Your memory's being erased every day.
And I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago.
Вот я тоже подумала. Если не использовать ресурсы своего города, также информация предоставлена Акашей.
They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then it's not very likely, but it's also not...
No, it is impossible.
You have proof?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along.
Ладно, потом призадели.
I
Умоляюсь.
can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago...
Извините, поймал, я случайно тебя прервал.
This is it.
Huh? This is the wooded...
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined the force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice.
Is it really impossible? What if they use some...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has... The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat
Можно придется
training.
отказаться от этой версии.
Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong?
Это странно. Так.
But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
Мы не в реальном мире, вот это возможно, кстати.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of
Мне
any
вдруг
more
показалось, что
ideas
тут
right
что-то не
now?
так.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been
Почему
strange
мы не
lately.
попробовали уйти из города?
Leaving the city? You're right. It's really strange how we
Вот,
never
вот,
thought
вот,
of
вот,
such a
хорошая
simple
идея, я
solution.
считаю, бля.
Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside. Paimon can't believe it. Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our
Нам
other
нужно было
duties?
сразу об
Or
этом
because we're
подумать.
just too tired? How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we forgot.
Смотри, хочешь магию покажу? Смотри. Смотри, смотри. Ой. Придется прохождение чужого здания, при этом выполнить чужое. Ой, не, нельзя. Не хочу сейчас связано проходить. Блин, нифига себе, они жестко продумали все. Я думаю, реально могу просто взять это.
You're back early today.
Это, кстати, спойлер. Если бы я вначале попробовал бы это сделать, это был бы жуткий спойлер.
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And
Что
we
будет,
also
если мы
aren't
выйдем
in
из
the real
города?
world.
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
We did? But we don't remember anything.
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
Мама.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day.
Really? That's kind of strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all
Давайте
your
попробуем
memories.
еще раз. Может быть, в этом кроется разгадка.
Something here's definitely fishy. Our memories are back!
Давай сегодня попробуем выйти из города.
About that.
Что-то хочет сказать Пайман.
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another
Продать от
message
кого?
for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Это же мой голос.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
2 дня назад.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Давай сегодня попробуем выйти из города.
Let's go.
Эти флешбеки, я понял, бля.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
Ага, так что я просто вырубить нахер.
Emergency. My goods have already arrived.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the academia already announced a lot. Let's go and question. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Академия тебе совсем не доверяет.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider in...
Почему мешать просто нахуй на него посадить все и пойти дальше?
Like he really doesn't know. If we can't get
Что же просто
anything
нахуй его
out of him,
посадить?
let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls?
Венти! Венти!
At once? This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all.
Пайман, останься здесь.
Why?
Наши воспоминания могут измениться, если мы выйдем из города. Один из нас должен остаться в этой стороне в качестве свидетеля.
What if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been
Если мы пойдем вместе, то получится как раньше.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible.
Ладно, ладно.
Please, be careful.
Ядня.
Memories.
Давай сегодня попробуем выйти из города. Пайман, что случилось?
Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall, and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you
Обещала?
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried.
Бедный
so
Паймон.
scared the entire day.
Я не помню, но сорян, Паймон. Я тебя никогда не брошу.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was...
Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday? I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
А ты не ошиблась? Может, ты просто отвлеклась?
No way! Paimon was watching.
Но я не удивлен, что она с меня глаз сводила.
What's your perspective, traveler? You
Я
sure
даже не
you
знаю,
have any
существовал ли
memory of this?
вчерашний день.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, if we leave the city, our
Они не
memories
только
will be
запретили
completely
входить в Сумер, но и выходить из города. Но и стирают память, покинувший город.
really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Если память стирается, если бы мы могли принести что-то извне.
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Ну, с кем связаться, например.
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well, okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right?
Yep, now we're talking.
Просто не ложись спать, лол.
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it can connect to any node.
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand.
Да.
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
Стоит попробовать.
Let's go then. Let's expose those
Думаю, тебе
sages.
нужно остаться.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being
Да-да,
separated
сэр
since
Paimon.
it happened. Okay. That covers everything that's happened so far.
Так, это сообщение оставила я сама за стенами города?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Давай.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish.
О, круто.
Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people.
Блин, классно.
Can't sense any human presence.
Очень крутая сюжетка. Очень крутая сюжетка, просто охуенная сюжетка. 10 из 10 пока что, блин. Это прям пока очень круто. Привет, Марго! Ловлю в поезде и чтобы сказать привет. Привет, Марго! Как ты, Gamescom? Расскажи, как твои дела? Как Gamescom прошел? Рассказывай. Как было? Охуенно. Просто ивент, сюжет очень интересный прям. Хоть много болтовни, одна болтовня, вообще ничего больше не происходит, кроме болтовни. Это хотя бы не как в зуме сколько еще, а именно прям интригует. Обнова охуенная пока что. Я не могу удержаться и не покрутить баннер просто, понимаешь? Я очень хочу, сука, покрутить баннер. Очень хочу покрутить баннер, черт. Я жду, держусь еще. Дохуя дней надо будет держаться. Я держусь изо всех сил, блин. Ты как раз едешь на Gamescom, только ехать. А, ты едешь? В 9 вечера ты едешь на Gamescom? Ты типа переночуешь, и завтра у тебя будет... ты сказал, что ты 25 будет, да, понял. Все хорошее, много сундуков. Я не знаю, я сундуки не смотрел, я пока только сюжетку прохожу. Мне больше пока ничего не интересно. Может, покрутишь позже, я не буду крутить ничего, нет. Я точно буду крутить до Кандаки, я хочу Кандакию покрутить. Очень хочу Кандакию.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a
Помню, что Азеля говорит главной героине.
I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the
Там
message?
так много красивых персонажей, да, очень. Мне нравится Нахида, я буду ее крутить. Я буду точно крутить, она очень милая. Она очень милая.
Traveler said even the final space has also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Безлюдное пространство.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city.
Пространство, в котором мы были вчера.
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends.
Реальный мир.
Actually the real world. But
кого хочу крутить? Кандакию и Нахиду я решил уже. Кого хочу, Кандакию и Нахиду. То есть я в 3.1 буду крутить баннер с Кандакией. Аккуратненько буду крутить баннер с Кандакией. Пока не выпадет Кандакия. Выпадет Кандакия, я больше ничего не кручу. Аккуратненько. И остальные крутки все сливаю на Нахиду. Так решил.
After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival also disappeared.
Вообще очень дизабаргу сюжетка. Тебе понравится.
Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces.
Тут игры со временем, я обожаю игры со временем, просто обожаю.
Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Уже нет, уже не перехотел. Она гидро, у меня, она гидро-саппорт. У меня есть елань, у меня есть синий, так что мне не нужно. Мне, типа, у меня есть гидро-саппорт. А вот дендро у меня нет вообще. А это еще дендромаг будет, так что вообще вдвойне круто. Я хочу дендромага, чтобы был обилие статуса дендера эффекта.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow. The Archon War, huh?
Секрет! Ну, если не выпадет с Кандаки, то похуй. А если нет, то не буду. Дай мне немного времени, мне нужно собраться с мыслями. Так. Дай за них поиграть? Нет, пока нет. Видите, нельзя, конечно, тэпаться. Если я тэпнусь, я проебу. Все, дико. Можно тэпаться только по городу. Это интересно сделали. Но опять же, это, сука, очень долго как-то, блин. Не знаю почему. Не, за них играть не дали пока еще. Но я уже видел их ивенты, уже слили. Ты можешь глянуть на сливах, уже слили геймплей везде, в интернете. Вот нельзя на стриме это показывать, но уже слили, короче, все. Там уже слили пустыню. Пустыня, знаешь, размер пустыни? В 2 раза больше, чем Сумеру. Там она огромная пустыня. Пустыня гигантская, просто гигантская пустыня. Она огроменная. Я в ахуе с регионом. Он больше, чем Люэ в 2 раза, наверное. Это гигантский просто регион. То есть с пустыней плюс еще это, то это просто огромный. Сколько молитв у меня? Сейчас 108 молитв. Или 103, я не помню, не считал. Нормально, у меня много молитв. Хорошо, у меня много, хватит. Типа на хиду должно хватить, по идее. Танец обзуб, это еще будет больше молитв. За эти 2 месяца еще плюс сколько? Еще плюс 100 где-то. Потому что я примерно фармлю по 50 молитв за 2 месяца. 50 молитв за месяц фармлю, примерно. 50 молитв плюс-минус. Танец обзуб, он уже как раз в это время.
Okay then. See you later.
Я так считаю. Я считаю, что обычно я получаю 50 молитв. Думаю, я знаю ответ. Накида классная. Я точно буду ее крутить. Да, если будет мало круточек. Нахида. Я очень надеюсь, что на Кандаке будет в баннере с Нилу. Очень это надеюсь. Прям безумно. Сколько может заодно у меня будет? Сколько сейчас? Слушай, я не знаю, сейчас посмотрю. Сейчас, до базара тянка, если у тебя. Спрашивайте наставница Нахида.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Сны без людей.
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia forest. The moon, illusions, and love.
Да. Да, странно. Сейчас у меня 108 где-то примерно круточек, по-моему. Сейчас скажу точно. Но я думаю, за сентябрь я нафармлю еще где-то крутых 50. Ну там типа, то есть 30 за луну, плюс ну, дейлики. А еще нафармлю 20 где-то за ивенты, плюс-минус там ивенты. Примерно. Получается еще 50 будет круток. У меня будет уже 150 круток. И в итоге у меня будет 200 круток, в принципе. Это, в принципе, нормально, чтобы выбить Кандакию и Нахиду. Я так посчитал примерно. Я, конечно, не математик, но все равно. Так, лесные без людей. Да. С Мерсом истина во сне. Во, на самом деле они не могут видеть сны, а Акаш их забирает. Вот суки эти Акаши помойные, блин.
Think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they said it's so weird
Грант точно есть.
trying to describe them.
Точно есть Грант. Но вдруг у меня будет Нилу. Тогда Грант уже не будет.
So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact,
я же буду Кандаки крутить, понимаешь? Я очень надеюсь, что Кандаки меня упадет быстро. Потому что если он будет падать долго, Кандаки, то у меня рано или поздно упадет. То есть, чем больше я кручу, тем больше шанс того, что мне выпадет.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Она объединяет мудрость всего народа и наделяет их знаниями. Я уже понял. Нет? А как работает с помощью сердца Бога? Она воплощение силы мудрости. Хочу покрутить дендер-мальчика. У меня подруга уже выбила дендер-мальчика. Мне его сейчас скинула в ВК скрин, что она выбила себе Тигнаря. Она говорит, мой мальчик дома, говорит.
Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control.
Я поэтому не буду его крутить. Типа мне не хочется. Зачем? Если он так будет в обычке, нахера мне крутить его?
Is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming.
Я скоро заканчиваю, потому что уже как бы все 10, а я, блин, устал уже, блин. Я до конца добью эту голову и пойду отдыхать. Голова большая, пипец, блин. Марго, ты будешь еще очень долго играть в это все. Я уже играю 8 часов почти. Я прошел только вторую главу. Вообще прохожу вторую главу. Она огромная, блин, игра.
So it was all a dirty trick? The real story
И они не собираются на этом останавливаться. Наверное, вроде праздники, но, блин, крутки. Он очень крутой. Я поиграл за него, попробовал. Это просто охрененный персонаж. У него такие приятные скиллсы. Это просто вау. Конфетка. От точности до идеала. Еще и деда очень хочу. Я очень хочу деда. Ну, блядь. Ну, это я хочу больше, чем деда. Поэтому не кручу. Сансара. Дочерика мудреца.
Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more?
Появление исчезновения пространств.
Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes, but as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized.
Появление исчезновения снов.
Dreamscapes kept vanishing, but as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces.
Блин, а что тут самое интересное, где полезный пипец? Да. Гил Геймс. А, Гильгамеш, господи. Здорово, здорово. Дед полезный пипец, я согласен, не спорю, но, блин, я без этого могу играть. То есть я могу, у меня есть шилды. На крайний случай у меня есть это, Диона. На крайняк, у меня есть. Могу Диону взять в качестве замены деда, это возможно. То есть, а вот Нахиду заменить, она незаменима. Я бы это так сделал. Сопоставить стейдж мудреца. Я просто буду рандом тыкать. Массовое производство снов. Почему она должна додуматься сам? Почему она хочет мне подсказать, блядь? Она типа говорит, что типа ты молодец, ты поняла. А почему сама не рассказывает мне ни хера, блядь? Кстати, тебе можно его покрутить из-за лучников. Нет, мне не нужны лучники вообще. Я не хочу себя прибивать к гаранту. Мне нужно, чтобы гарант был максимально далеко, понимаешь почему? А почему мне нужен пятизвездочный гарант далеко? Потому что я буду крутить Кандакию, а Кандакия не факт, что выпадет с первой десятки. И не со второй не факт, что выпадет. И не с третьей может даже не выпасть. А чем дальше я кручу, тем больше приближаю, блядь. Ой, не слышу, наушников нет. Возьми мои. Давай, Саня, здорово, Саня. Так. Капец, шевелка огромная, я заебался уже, мне уже плохо, блин. Я хочу пойти отдыхать, я хочу добить до конца вторую главу и пойти отдыхать. Но что-то не получается, блин.
The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha. And so it continues.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon
Вместе поехали, да?
right?
А, вы... А, я понял, Саня остался, да? Гигантская просто, пиздец, гигантская. Это вам не на зуму, блядь. Это еще больше.
Taking off our terminals in this stream doesn't do anything.
All right, last question.
Спасибо так. Спасибо большое. Жаль, что слушать ничего не можешь. Это Луна.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation.
So you noticed.
Ты малая властительница Кусанали.
I thought that one would be the hardest question.
Ты не знаешь, что это Архон? Это был не спойлер, это был спойлер еще, блин, лет 10 назад, блин. Еще весной я это знал, блин. Когда слили всех этих сумер персонажей. По-моему, Саня, после детства, наверное. Она огромная. Ты глянь сливы. Ты хочешь скинуть фотку потом слива? Она огромная. Водичку, понял. Сейчас выпью. У меня много вопросов. А чё она ничего не делает? Её типа все устраивает, да? Почему ты просто не сказала нам правду? Вот этот вопрос, да. Да похуй!
This answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions.
Уже фотку? Давай, я тебе скину. В этот Дискорд. А мы пойдем с вами в Дискорд поболтаем после стрима, или ты как? Как мы самое удалось сделать так, что люди ничего не заметили? Hungry Piano.
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality.
Паймон.
People have already experienced this Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the event.
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival Samsara.
Расскажи о побочных эффектах массового производства снов.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this?
Well, we might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's especially those whose health is compromised to begin with.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows it.
Почему сон именно о Саб-Зерузе?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Traveler, do you have any information?
Речь великого мудреца.
Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of."
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean?
Saving
the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sub-Zero's festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back?
Это странно, кстати, очень.
Ridiculous!
Очень странно, что они так в наглую.
I'm just the moon. The real sun is Long Khan.
A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow.
Давай. До завтра, братишка. Сестричка, блин.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we... Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't...
А где Дуня Ярзада?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
А мы опоздали, да?
No way. Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Мы уже почти, блядь.
Wait.
Вот это лицо, конечно, злое, блядь, пиздец, блядь.
What is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
She's nothing like the real Dunya.
Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filth. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too...
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so,
это было очень важно. Ты очень добрый Архонт.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault.
Да, они козлы.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we
Возможно,
find
это
that
она,
person?
потому что она единственная, кто все знает.
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep
И
within
она
their
единственная, кто все знает, блин,
Which
логично.
means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal.
Не она, что ли, мне оказывается?
Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how
Что
many
делать, когда мы
times they're
найдем
served,
хозяина?
it will find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be an even
Сто
if we
Геншина.
find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town?
Окей.
Are you going to that place full of dreams where the trap?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Кто спит-то, блин? Пойми, что кто спит, блин.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far, only for Dunyarzad. She was such a good person, with such a simple
У
wish.
меня руки опустились.
Yeah, saving Dunyarzad, but we mustn't lose hope, traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream?
Вряд ли. Тогда бы этот человек осознал, что видит сон.
That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Это рыцарь цветов Фарис?
Oh, that would make sense. Fairest, the Knight of Flowers. Let's go ask.
Ну там тетнус, ну ладно, хрен с ним. Ха-ха! Take it easy, бля.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
А теперь представь, что твое желание
You
сбывается.
want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but
Какой
I want
глупый
Miss
вопрос.
Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or...
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, what she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
Странно, что новое оповещение не пришло. У меня не закончился стрим, у меня просто офнулся, блять, трансляция почему-то прервалась. Это какая-то багулина, не обращай внимания. У меня просто ОБС зависло и закрылось нахер намертво. Пусть у нас сбудется.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh!
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go.
Сейчас нормально, прохожу потихонечку.
Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this stream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. But none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Tia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
Я им покажу, блядь. Ух, я им покажу, блядь.
Hey, traveler!
Ух, я им покажу, бля, разъебо, бля, на скеле. Еще их уже 5, блядь. И все больше и больше.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Уведи госпожу.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you.
Уходите скорее, бля.
Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Anyway, watch yourself.
Это бомжи, бля, я сейчас их быстро отделаю, бля.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself.
Да, попляшешь ты сейчас, блядь. На моем хуе, бля.
Here comes the catch. Inazuma shines eternal.
Чё съебал? Чё съебал? Чё съебал? Чё съебал? Чё съебал? Чё съебал? На, сука, бля! Ой. Лохи, блядь.
Traveler? Are you just taking your anger out on those guys?
Я в порядке, блядь. Все заебись, все под контролем, я в порядке, блядь.
Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this.
Мне пихуй.
Oh, and remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before this, she said it was because she had forgotten something.
Точно, я уже забыла.
So Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she...
Наверняка это зацепка.
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue.
Может, она спит, кто знает, или дефли.
It's rude to enter other people's space.
Да нормально, мини-герой влад на свою квартиру.
The windows are unlocked. Okay. Paimon.
Ну, залезай. Держи что-то в руках. Понял.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it? Wow.
Не лень читать все это.
Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as if we hadn't found this book. We never, but now that we know, we can't even think.
Зада. Эх! Откисла. Молодухами. Какой в итоге квест пиздец вообще. Гигантский, он просто гигантский. Мне на плане чувствую, станет легче, если принести вслух. Почему так парился к какой-то рандомной бабе? Спасибо тебе. Чего так паримся о ней, блин? Мы видим, знакомы с ней 5 часов, блин, от силы.
We've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Denyerzad feels like an eternity ago.
Почему так на ней акцент делают? Мы вообще ее знаем, блин, ну реально от силы 2 дня, блин, ну реально, просто от силы в реально игрового времени, блин. Я не понимаю, почему такой акцент делается на ней. Как будто это наш брат, я не знаю, блин.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled.
Я уже почти не помню.
There will always be frustrations in life. But I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Denyerzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Dunyarzara?
Yes, traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now...
В смысле, не в сожалениях.
What? Where are we going this time?
Идем смотреть на танец Саблеруз. Я сейчас пизжу, блядь, всех, кто, блядь, не даст мне танец посмотреть, сука, всех уничтожу, блядь. Сука, это набью морду всем, блядь. Кто будет против, блядь, сволочи. Сейчас где-то пиздану нахер, блядь.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation. The Grand Sage has already granted you much.
Oh.
В моду ему пропиши, блин.
Traveler? You don't have to.
Нормально, себе под контролем, не парься. Сейчас я кое-что сделаю, блядь. Я быстренько, блядь, что пару лещей проверю.
If you get arrested by the Academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Блядь, что ты делаешь, дура, что ли?
Have they been scared?
Значит, они куклы.
Oh, of course. If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this.
Что?
So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Что это за ациты такие, а?
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers.
На самом деле существует, бля!
Yes, the greater Lord.
Beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice.
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So
Yeah. What's going on
Нил,
here?
закрой глаза.
Huh?
Видимо, это ее сон. Представь, что здесь нет мудреца и его свиты.
You guys are acting weird.
Видимо, это она, все-таки это ее был сон.
But okay. Hey!
Лохи. Изи.
So Nilu's the host. What a surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Purple body Saras don't exist in the real world anymore. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and so when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Именно.
But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become... How should we make Nilu...
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
Как ты до этого додумалась?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sub-Zeru's festival?
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. As far as you know, people in Sumeru...
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey...
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dinyarzad told us a story like that.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and all kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captive after who knows how long. He mastered all the... Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, his wife lying next to him said, "You're off to search for the Dendro." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story?
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed...
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting
Раз Нилу
connection.
все уже осознала, то этот сон скоро
I
закончится.
see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zeru's festival is almost over. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zeru's as beautiful as we can.
Я так этого жду. Я так этого жду. Смотрим.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zerus.
Ну, как странно двигается.
I'd be lying if I said I had no
Да что
friends.
такое-то?
I would have loved to see
Почему
my
они такой акцент делаются, блин? Ты как будто она важна какая-то, блин. Вообще я не понимаю, блин. Туркестан слышали, не понимаю, или что? Прикольно, чё. Вы близко сна или чё, я не понимаю.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been
Доброе утро, Паймон.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zeru's festival. The Sub-Zero's... Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara?
Я вспомнила.
Take off your Akasha terminal.
В Красотанце я видела.
She's not in her room. What happened?
Идем на обычное место.
What usual spot?
Вот живая, бля.
And Paimon, and thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Что ты ноешь, блядь? Да вообще похуй мне. Максимально похуй, я не знаю вообще.
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilu performing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
Ура! Еще не конец, блядь. В смысле, это еще продолжение? Вторая глава? Еще дальше, блядь? Да я охуею, вы чё? Это еще не конец!
Actually, Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Так, поехали.
And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still
Вообще он говорит, как этот.
Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the traveler's favorite bench?
Я могу тэпаться куда угодно или что? Да, все, мы вернулись из сна, блядь. Отлично. Ура, я могу тэпаться, блядь. Аллилуйя!
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right.
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. Where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still...
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end.
Это настоящее чудо.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer.
Что мне приснилось в лесу Овидия?
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It's...
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was about.
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord... As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but people still... But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said, but even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about...
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors.
Давайте хотя бы одним глазком глянем на песок. Я хочу увидеть песчаные локации.
This puzzle has life and death at stake.
Почему ты выглядишь как Катерина?
As well as to that, to be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy...
How did you do that?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow...
Я вот так и знал! Бионишка кукла из Снежной. Скорее всего, она реально создана была той тянкой, блядь. Она сама это сказала, блядь.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the same...
Даже не знаю, как туда попасть, блин.
After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to some... At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata and I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom.
Мне кажется, что ты прекрасный Архон.
You got a lot of believers. Just look...
Thank you for the kind words. But trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten...
Расскажи мне о плане мудрецов из Академии.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen... I wonder what caused them to go down this path. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero's samsara, the situation could have become dire.
Странно, облака двигаются.
I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid what I think they're deliberately trying...
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville,
regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if
needed. Не заметили проблем с Акашей?
You mean how...
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one...
Misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by with their propaganda in place. The sage besides. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their truth. Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sages' activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to go and get some sleep. What a relief.
День рождения.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I
Не
here?
важно.
Do either of you
Ты
know?
кукла, тебе похуй вообще.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a...
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.
Все, кончилось задание, блин. Ждем 3.0 обновление. Через месяц продолжим играть. Давайте хотя бы один голосом глянем на пустыню. Так, где проходит в пустыню? Там больше всего. Голову глянем глазком одним. Пустыньку. Я вижу, кажется, вдалеке пустыню, блин, ребят. Я хочу ее увидеть. Хотя бы одним глазком. Давай, 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 быстрее бежим к пустыню. Ой, огромный, здоровый, блядь. Отъебись от меня.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward.
Take it easy.
Мне кажется, я пришел к краю мира.
Take it easy.
Там видно пустыню. Блять, отпусти, пожалуйста. Ой, блядь. Что это за херня? Что такое вообще? О, нифига она регенит мне стамину. Обалдеть. Ничего себе, блин. Вау, это круто, конечно. Блин. Такого еще не было в игре, блядь. Офигеть, это прикольная механика. Но вообще не экономите на этой дресне. Вон, я вижу пески там. Мало их вдалеке их разглядеть или как, интересно? Как вы думаете, получится ли мне или нет? Мне кажется, что ничего так просто, ребят. Если честно.
Take it easy.
Сумерская роза.
Take it easy.
Так, я уже видел этих противников, что-то иного противника меня. Ну просто для меня лох. Модуль говна.
Beautiful treasures are...
А где он? Не понял я. А где он, бля?
Take it easy.
Ну, короче, пустыню мы не увидим, блядь, к сожалению. Она не показана ни хера. Я не понимаю, где находится эта штука, блин. Как это внизу, не понимаю, блин. Ладно, кого-то заберем. Я не понимаю, где находится эта метка. Я вообще не ебу, блядь. Где-то долбаная метка, блядь. Ладно. Похер. Давайте наверх туда заберемся, блин, короче. Чтобы я увидел все сверху. С высоты птичьего полета. На эти горы. Сейчас поставлю Вентича.
Ready for a rehearsal? Let's play.
Угу. Так просто быстрее бы. Я не понимаю, где находится там внизу, блядь, я не очень это понял. Опа, здесь находится сундук, кстати, нужно. А где находится статуя, типа, куда можно подносить дары, я не очень понял, блин. Вот, видно здесь пустыню. Правда, очень плохо ее видно, конечно. Очень хуево видно пустыню. В общем, ну там видно какие-то пирамиды. В общем, в 3.1 узнаем. Там в 3.1 откроется пустыня. Она, кстати, будет гигантская. Реально вот огромная. Тут прям такая большая. Ладно, давайте сдадим быстренько задание. И я пойду уже отдыхать, ребят. Что-то я подустал уже. Пора отдыхать. Уже 8 часов сидим, блин. Так. Что-то я реально утомился. Я не ждал, что я так еще утомлюсь. Непривычно. Обычно я очень долго выдерживаю. Странно. Чувствую, что мира появилась новая. Ага. Ага, деньги. Блять, нет руды. Почему нет руды? Сука. Нет руды, к сожалению. Почему только здесь есть, типа, хуйня какая-то? Только деньги, если есть. Деньги. 200 штук, ёпта. Ладно, хрен с ним. Тебе Сумер тебе понравился? Сам знал, что понравился. Да, мне тоже очень понравился. Очень красивый Сумер. Ну что, ребятки. Будем на это закругляться. Следующий раз на стрим по Геншину буду уже когда вы 3 на 3.1, не скоро, конечно же. Да, я стримлю только сюжетку, к сожалению. Ну, может быть, может еще постримим. Завтра или послезавтра, значит, что постримим. Вот этот квест мы постримим. Наверное, я пока не знаю. Пока хз. Разберемся. Ладно, в любом случае, всем спасибо, что были, ребятки. Я буду на это закругляться. Давай, спокойно всем, чуваки. Давайте, пока-пока.